Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Samantha with Crafty Sammy. Thanks for checking out this video. So my YouTube channel is still pretty new. I just started it recently. With the pandemic and everything, I felt like I just needed to give myself a little extra something to do and an outlet. I actually started thinking of making one back when we first locked down in March 2020. I made a couple of videos but didn't really get into it. As I picked up my diamond painting and continued to increase how much I was crocheting, I thought, why not do it? I really enjoyed YouTube when I was learning to crochet. My grandma taught me when I was quite young, but unfortunately also passed away when I was still young. So I didn't get to learn nearly as much from her as I would have wanted. So I've learned a lot from YouTube. And I wanted to give back a little bit. I know there's lots of videos out there, but being able to provide my own help and my own flavor of the videos, as well as these diamond painting videos, they're really fun to make, and it does give me a little something else to do. So I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Check out my channel for some other diamond painting videos and some yarn videos. I do plan to put some more up about some crochet help, as well as an update on my 2021 project. I've made a few more toques and it's going pretty well. I'm trying to crochet some versus the loom knit now, so it's taking me a little bit longer because I haven't really crocheted a toque before. But I'm really liking this piece still. I think I say that every video that I make while I'm working on the Aperol Spritz Diamond Art Club kit. If you're interested in the kit, I do have a link in the description below. The link will take you to their site so you can explore any other kits that you think you might like. They do have a great selection. They have some cartoony ones, some ones like this. I have a nice coffee one, some more landscape type ones, holiday ones. So they do have a really nice selection. The colors I'm working on, I haven't had in my other kits. So these reds, yellows, and oranges. So it is quite nice. Or I did turn how I was working on this. Just my table isn't big enough to work on it all the way across and record it. So I had to get a little kind of creative and tilt everything around just so I can fit my hand in there and get my light pad under there. So if you've seen my recent video, I do show where I do a comparison of using my light pad with 3 different canvases, and I did it during the day. I'm working on this in the evening, and I think you can see that it does make a bigger difference in the evening, and I do have it on a higher volume just to make it easier for me to see all of the symbols. I really like it too because if you don't have a drill, especially a round one, right on the symbol and it's kind of hanging off a bit, it can be hard to notice when you're not using a light pad. But the light pad really shows you if you're not perfectly over that symbol, because it's a little frustrating when you kind of finish and you're looking at it if you notice it. A lot of anyone else won't notice it, but sometimes when you spend all that time, you kind of pick out the flaws. However, it's still, if you're happy with it, that's all that matters. And the biggest thing is to enjoy working on these kits while you do. I've been really trying to get better with the 3-placer. I've used the 6-placer before and I just can't get them straight. So I do like the 3-placer. I can get it pretty accurate with only a few fixes. And it just seems a little bit quicker to do some of the larger sections than just putting one at a time. Until you feel confident, though, there is no need to use a multi-placer. Sorry if you hear Glenn woofing in the background. It's recycling or garbage day, and people are putting their bins out, and he is concerned. We had some good news in our province. Our restrictions loosened up yesterday, so we can go get haircut, nails, massage, and you can have outdoor gatherings with up to 10 people outside. So I'm really looking forward to tonight. We are gonna go visit a friend with just a few other people, definitely under 10, and have a fire outside. It is pretty chilly. It was -8 degrees Celsius this morning, and you could definitely feel it getting chilly last night. I noticed when I was out walking Glen that wind had an extra bite to it. So our cold weather is coming in. This weekend is supposed to get much cooler. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that changes. predicting weather where I am never seems to be very accurate. I'm sure a lot of people have that for their area. But trying to get out and enjoy sitting outside before it gets unbearably cold. We'll bring Glenn, some other people that are going have a dog, so he'll get to play the whole time, which is awesome, and use up some of his energy. And I'll get him out for a walk maybe at lunch today. He is so nice. He's finally calming down. Anyone with a border collie will not understand the craziness of the first couple years with the border collie, but he is calming down. He's not a morning dog anymore. He used to wake up at like 5 or 6 and be raring to go. This morning when my husband went to get him out for his walk at about 6:15 a.m., he didn't want to get out of his kennel, and right now he's sound asleep, maybe not on his bed, until he hears more noise outside and then thinks he's a little guard dog. I'm sure everyone that has been under a stricter lockdown, your pets are incredibly happy with having you home more. Let me know if you adopted your pet throughout quarantine to give you some company. I couldn't imagine not having Glenn or being in our house. We were previously in a condo, and I think I would have went insane working from home. My husband still goes into the office, but if I was working from home all by myself all day and didn't have a dog to get me out and active, I probably would have went insane. So it's nice having the space of our house and having him to keep me company. He's able to be with me in my office now. However, I find that very distracting. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but when I look over and he is sound asleep in the most adorable positions, I get incredibly jealous. And I kind of want to poke him or just like take him and go have a nap in my bed rather than work. But I don't do that. I just let him continue to sleep because it's usually short-lived, and he usually gets up and wanders the room and eventually goes back and lays down again. So today I'm finishing this big section here. I am happy with how it's all coming together. I might change the orange slice a bit. We'll see. I'm going to see how it looks when I finish this upper section. So I only have one smaller section to the left, and then I'll be finished the first top bit that I have sectioned off. I'm still so mad about how I cut the paper. This came with the clear plastic cover. Mine was ripping, driving me bonkers. So some Diamond Art Club kits come with this extra paper. So I cut squares without even thinking about it. So they're so uneven. They're all over the place. I cut it and then put them in a pile, and they weren't sorted and they weren't even. I should have spent a little bit more time doing it. I'm not a perfectionist. However, I should have just taken a bit more time, measured, and done a better job, considering that these do sit on here. I could use them for other ones. I do have another thing of paper that I received in another kit, so I can still use that. However, I'm still frustrated with myself. So if you're thinking of using this paper and cutting it into squares, just take that little extra time to measure it out and make sure it all makes sense. I do have to tell you guys about the TV show that we're watching. So we're watching Yellowstone on Amazon Prime. I've mentioned it on some of my other videos. And we finished the final episode of season 3, which is the last season that's been released. And holy cow, does it end on a cliffhanger. And the next episode or the next season comes out in June 2021. So June 2021 is going to be good. We're supposed to get our furniture that we ordered Boxing Day in June, and then a new season of Yellowstone. And I'm super excited. I can't believe how they ended it. I was pretty sad to know that we had to wait. But if you haven't checked it out and you have the Amazon Prime membership, highly recommend going and watching it. It's for a mature audience. It's a bit of violence, some explicit content, but I do recommend it. It's been really enjoyable to watch, and it's not an easy watch, but it's really interesting. I'm still watching Once Upon a Time on Disney Plus. I've watched a couple episodes of Bridgerton. I do really recommend The Good Place on Netflix as well. I was watching Man in the High Castle. I kind of stopped. I think I'm a few seasons behind now. I find that when you just really, you can't sit and watch and do something else because you'll miss a lot of the body language and the subtle cute body clues. So you do need to watch because it's, you know, there's spies, they're not always talking, but big things can be happening on screen without them talking. So I do find it a hard show to watch and diamond paint, but I still recommend checking that one out. My husband and I were watching it a lot, but it got a bit more sci-fi-y, I guess, and it's not really his cup of tea anymore, but the beginning was so good. I'm still really enjoying it. So once again, if you have that Prime subscription, give that a watch, and I think it's really interesting. I am interested in seeing Bridgerton. It's like I guess a Gossip Girl, but in medieval times with kings and queens. So the language is just kind of fun to get to listen to a different style of show, which is nice. And it's just a little bit different. I haven't watched any good movies lately, I don't think. But yeah, really enjoyed that Yellowstone. So give that a watch, or The Good Place on Netflix. I'm also watching RuPaul's Drag Race. I know that's not probably everyone's cup of tea, but I do find it really interesting. And it's funny with some of those shows, the difference that one season can make. When the first season, they're just testing it out to see if they can get it going. And the second season, you could tell a lot more money was put into the production, the camera, the lighting. There's way more contestants. So that's always funny. It did make me miss America's Next Top Model with Tyra Banks. So it'd be nice to be able to rewatch those. I'll have to see if I can find them anywhere. Thanks for joining this video and checking out my channel. Please leave me any comments that you have, any diamond painting questions or help that you need, and I'd be happy to chat with you. I'll see you guys on my next video. Have a good one. See ya.